Let's say you have to be a walk-on, and you gotta work your way up to that point. Are you willing to put in the work for that?
I mean, nah.
Nah,
I'm gonna keep
nah.
Like
It's either all or none.
yeah,
Huh?
like I put too much like time in. Like this,
Oh shit,
like
you
this,
put too
like
much time in.
it's like this, like my dad told you, like we never really did nothing else but like play
Play ball.
sports. Like so, it'd be like it'd be a waste for me to go try to be a walk on somewhere when I've been playing basketball like for my whole life.
So on this hand, you tell me it's a waste, right?
Yeah.
To try to walk on. And then you would tell me all these years of basketball don't even count no more.
Right.
So then you just threw it away.
I just feel like
So,
like I don't know, it's just
I'm
me.
just saying. So what I'm
Like,
saying is, so what you're saying is, all these years of sports that you put in, you're gonna stop right here because of somebody's opinion. Somebody didn't notice how great you are, and you're just gonna throw it all away. So then when you're sitting around at 25, you say, "I was the man, but nobody noticed me."
all right.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's some of the different angles of how we look at life. I'm never right. I'm just old, man. So I seen things different. So like you ever look at the Pat Beverly story? You ever heard of Pat Bev? I know you know Pat Bev, but you know his story?
Yeah, like he was like homeless and all that, and like he went to like a JUCO or something.
He
went
got
to
drafted.
JUCO.
He got drafted, right? He went to JUCO, whatever he got. I can't remember exactly the college situation, right? But he went to go play overseas because he was like, he said he made up his mind, like, you know what? If I ain't gonna make it in the NBA, fuck it, I'm gonna just go overseas and be the best overseas player. Signed a contract that made some money for him, right? But when he signed the contract, and I hope I'm saying this story right, he signed the contract, and it was for I guess like a million. And at the time, NBA and overseas had a agreement that the NBA couldn't buy you out of your overseas contract past 250,000. So he was on the hook for the other 750,000. So, or maybe it's 1.2 million he signed for over there, and the NBA only paid the 0.2. So now him and his mom talked to the agent, and they didn't know, and they thought that the NBA would pay the other million. But what wound up happening is him and his mom was on the hook for the million, and before he could play in the league, they had to pay $1 million. And he like, look, and I'm not even a starter. Pat Bev didn't come in as a starter. He said he had a choice of two teams. One was I can't remember. The other one was Houston with Jeremy Lin, and he was like, well, shit, I could take Jeremy Lin's job. That's how he looked at it. I could take his job. And like what I'm saying with you got all these years of basketball. You can get to a university, and you can see a Vic. You can see a guy who's a Jeremy Lin, for lack of a better word. You can see a guy who happened to just get it. He might have got it because of the connections. He may have got it because of all other things. But you coming here with the eye of the tiger, you may have that frustration and anger to take his spot. Because at the end of the day, this is a competitive game where you got to be willing to hunt sometimes and take somebody out. Like you know, if you out and you hunting, the deer ain't gonna just walk up to you like, hey Chauncey, come shoot me today. You got to get that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If you look in the jungle, the motherfucker don't walk up to the lion like, hey, how you doing today? Like, no, he see you and he got to go get you because he got to eat.
Right.
So that's how you got to look at it. Like, yeah, you do have your father helped give you the foundation. Your father and your brother, or whatever, however y'all did it, you have the foundation. You have the tools. You have the tools to go be a hunter. But what you saying is that, nah, this shit got to come to me. This ain't fishing.
Right.
No, baby, this ain't fishing. No, this ain't no hook out. You know what I mean? Sometimes, even if you look at the story of the guy from the Pelicans, the boy that shoot the jump shots, used to play for Portland. Now he with the Pelicans. Then what the hell is his name? God damn it! You guys don't like basketball. He was with Portland with with Damian Lillard. He was the number 2. So you got Damian,
McCollum.
CJ McCollum. Okay. His story, he went to like Lehigh University or some shit like that. He went to like whack ass school. You know what I'm saying? But he was busting ass. I think he gave him like a 60 in a tournament or some crazy shit. And he wasn't on nobody's draft board most of his career. But when he started busting ass, when he got on the bigger stage, people started looking at him like, damn. See, like the thing about being old, I see graveyards. I talk about graveyards all the time. You got graveyards in sports, you got graveyards in music, you got graveyards in fashion, you got graveyards in most people that were dreamers, whose dreams died. Sometimes your dream died. It's just sometimes you didn't have the luck. Like your pop talk about sometimes it's luck, but sometimes with the dreams, you kill your own dreams because you couldn't be humble and say, you know what, I'm taking it back to when I was little chunks jumping in my brother huddles, hyping him up. Sometimes it's the little shit that gets you to the next level. So, you know what I mean? We all got egos, and it's like, nah, motherfucker, I bust his ass. I know him better. Sometimes you could be somewhere with just a shitty coach who don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen when I was in college, I was only in college for a year, it was a guy who was pretty good. He was damn good in basketball. But he was in D2. And he was a hell of a player, but he wasn't in the system to get him out. What he decided to do was he stopped going to class and declared for the draft like in 10th grade. In his sophomore year. And the shit didn't work at all. It didn't work at all. And then when he didn't do that, he wound up hustling T-shirts in Baltimore, selling T-shirts and shit like that. So what I'm saying is that, like, sometimes you gotta like get the grit. Sometimes you gotta come back down a couple levels, and go up 10. And even if at worst case scenario you don't get what you want out of it, you can always get something good out the deal. So you know that they say aim for the stars. If you don't make it, you still be with the moon or some shit. Aim with the moon. Aim for the moon. You'll be with the stars. Some cool shit like that. Whatever that bullshit saying is. No matter what, you ain't gonna be down in the grass playing and shit.
Right.
So I just want you to remember that, like, when you're going into this journey of life of being a grown man in this basketball world, like, you can, you obviously got skills. Make the skills, get something out of it. Don't just throw it all away. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, and this is just from me being around you and your pop talking today. I'm just saying, like, you seem like you got a head on your shoulders. You ain't scared to talk. Like, make this basketball give you a ROI, a return on investment. Just don't throw it away. You know what I mean? The trophies get old after a while, play. So at least you got a tool right now that can change your life.
Right.
Don't let the fact that nobody noticed how cool your sneakers was that day stop you from being your best. You know what I'm saying? It's hundreds of colleges, man. There's plenty of ways to go, and everybody wasn't in that top 50. And every year you see top 50s come out, and those same dudes that were supposed to be the shit, a lot of them don't make it. So don't let that deter you, man. Like, make basketball give you back something. But in the day, if it's going to be a free education, if it's going to be an education where you had to walk on and, all right, I'm going to bust this on my ass and they're going to give me this scholarship. I'm going to take this bull scholarship. You might got to do it that way. You might got to get it out the mud. But I seem like you got a lot of talent, man, so don't let it stop there.